Hey everybody, and welcome back to Shackruden's video tutorials, Minecraft modding tutorials, whatever you would like to call it. Today, I'm gonna be okay, I'm just closing a bunch of windows here. Yes. We're gonna be creating our own custom furnace in Minecraft 1.6.4. A lot of you have been asking for this, as well as for me to complete my redstone chest, but I've decided that as far as the redstone chest goes, even though I'm still going to do it, I'm going to restart it from the ground up, simply due to the fact that since doing the custom furnace, I've learned a lot about the code and all that stuff, and I really understand it a lot more. It's just so much better now, and I've commented my code a lot better this time. So I'm also going to be able to explain to you guys a lot better when I do redo the custom chest. So you guys know how to do it as well. So we're going to start by going into our project, and we're going to be eliminating anything to do with the redstone chest. So I'm just going to expand my code here. So we're going to find anything. We're going to grab the block, get rid of that. Find chest, not chest plate, redstone. Get rid of the block redstone chest instance that we created. That's chest plate. Ah, shit. Okay, I'm gonna go right up here, right there. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. We're gonna click on all these spots where it mentions the chest, and we're gonna get rid of that as well. Okay. There we go. That's cleaned up. Then we gotta go to the bottom here. We got one more line to clean up, and then that should be all good to go. And then we just gotta delete the files out of the Explorer here. So we're going to go into GUI here, and we're gonna delete chest container, GUI, and tile entity. So go delete. Yes, delete them. And then in here, we're going to delete the block class file for our chest. And then we just got to fix some imports in this file, in our main project file here. So we're just going to get rid of that. Get rid of tile entity. And then we got one more error down here, which is register the tile entity. We're going to get rid of that as well, but we're going to leave that commented line in there for when we use it later on in this probably series of tutorials, because there's a lot of code, a lot to write, and I want to make sure that you guys understand everything, so I'm going to take some more time explaining stuff. So we're going to start by creating our block. Just like normal. So we go public static. Yeah, we know all this stuff. We've done this how many times? So public static block. We're going to create a redstone furnace. So we're going to redstone furnace. Okay. Now, actually, there is some different stuff with this. Okay. So when it comes to a furnace, the way it works, when you put something into the furnace, it basically deletes the furnace, replaces it with the active furnace. So there's an idle furnace and an active furnace, and we got to create blocks for each of those. So we're actually going to put a little spacer in here, and did not want to do that. Okay, where am I? There we are. So we're gonna go idle redstone furnace. Just copy that line, paste it below, and change idle to active. So we have our idle and our active block. We had to have two separate blocks. We're not just changing texture, because the code changes for those for each one somewhat. But we're gonna do that. So now we're gonna go and register all this stuff. So just gotta find it in my prep code here, and I found it. Absolutely fantastic. Kind of like cut myself up there. Okay, so idle redstone furnace, and we're gonna be making this equal to new. not minus, equal to new block block custom furnace. Okay, so we're gonna go block custom furnace. Just a simple name, furnace. Fantastic. And we're gonna give it an ID of 1090. Just to, I'm not gonna worry about looking through my IDs to see which way I'm going next. Just pick an ID that's not used, and we're gonna give it another parameter of false, which is I will explain in a second when we get over into our class file for our custom furnace. So the next thing set unlocalized name as usual. Unlocalized name. And we're going to set this to idle custom furnace. This is, this stuff. Item. Actually, no, let's go idle redstone furnace. Redstone furnace. And we want to set some other stuff. We want to set hardness. And we want to set that to 3.5 F, 3.5 float. And then the creative tab, of course. So set creative tab. And we're going to set this to red tab. All right. There we go. So now we're going to copy this, paste it on the line below. Now, since this is technically for the same block, we are going to be using the exact same class. So we just got to create another instance of that class for the active furnace. Give it a different ID. 1091 is what I'm going to set mine to. And then here, active as well for the unlocalized name. And we do not want to set a creative tab, so get rid of that. And now we're pretty much done. Now we just got to do our registration as per usual. So we're going to find that in my code as well. There we go. Blocks. Fantastic. Okay. So I'm just going to create a space here. Register block. We create these functions. If you haven't seen that, take a look at some of my, I think it's my update code video or my code compacting code video, I think, has this one. So item, custom furnace, idle redstone furnace, idle redstone furnace. And then we're going to give it a name of redstone furnace. There we go. Boom, bam. Okay, so and then we got to also do the same thing for the active furnace. So we're just going to copy and paste that. Switch this to active. And then active redstone furnace. And that's all we need to do in here at the moment, I think. Or should we do that? We could do that now. No, let's leave that for later. We're just gonna go back up. You know what? I'm not gonna call this custom furnace. Let's just keep everything the same. This is the only thing that's not redstone furnace. So here we go. Now we're gonna create this class, whatever you decide to call it, and we're gonna put it in .block and finish. So just gotta open up this file here. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to type in here. God, there's a lot of code. There's about 246 lines of code in here. Yeah. So we're gonna start by public class extends block container, and Control Shift O to import any unimported classes. Add the constructor. Now they're giving us this. They're telling us. Let's see if I can find this. They're telling us to do the material in our top bar, but we're not going to do that. We're going to swap that out with Boolean, and we're going to just call it par2 Boolean. Simple name. Okay. And then we're going to change the material to par2 material to material dot, I think, rock. Yes. There we go. All right. So we've done that. Now we need to put this this par2 boolean parameter into a variable. So to do that, we need to create the variable, which is going to be a private final is active. So that's what so basically what this let's go back here. What this is talking about is well, actually, yeah, it's another thing we need to change. We need to change this to true. So basically what we're saying here is the idle furnace, it is not active, and active furnace is active. Just you know, gotta have that for later on in the code. So now we're gonna go is active is gonna be equal to par2 boolean. There we go. And actually, I think we gotta go this dot is active. Okay. Right, I forgot to call it boolean. Private final boolean. Okay, there we go. Now it's gonna. This is still gonna give us some errors because we have to add some unimplemented methods, which is the tile entity. So it's gonna give us the basis of that. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna handle our textures, which I should show you right now. I've already created these when I created the tutorial. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to go into here, MCP, okay, Redstone tutorial, textures, GUI, blah, 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 blah. We want blocks. So we got a few textures here. So we got, these are the 4 textures here that we need. So we got active furnace, active front furnace, and got active front or idle front furnace. I'll have to rename these, and then the side of the furnace and the top of the furnace. So it's top and bottom. This is all the sides. That's the left, right, and the back, and then this is the front. So I'm just going to grab all of these, and we're going to throw those into our project here. So I'm in 1.6.4. Source, Minecraft, assets, redstone tutorial, textures, blocks, and chuck them in here. And I'm just going to rename them slightly. And I'm just going to call it redstone. There we go. Over to the next one, do the same thing. Just get rid of custom and put in redstone. There we go. Boom, bam. All right. Thank you, email, for coming in. AppsFire, you haven't checked it out, check it out. Okay, there we go. So those are all named and in there. I never really went over this either, but block metadata. So the metadata is going to be able to help tell us which side of the block we're placing down. But another thing that's a little bit tough with this is so blah 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 is it's a little bit different because we want this block to basically place whichever way that we put it down, right? So if we're looking south, we want the front to be facing north, and so on and so forth, and not just place it, here's the texture, put it, it faces north all the time. We don't want that. We want it to be able to be put any which way we want. So what we're going to start with is we're going to create a few more variables here. So at side only, side.client, we import those while we're at it before we get going, and we're going to create private icons. We're going to create an icon, furnace icon top. Okay, copy that, and then front. So top and front, those are the only two that we need. Okay, so we're gonna don't want to do that. We want to import. Yeah, Control Shift. Oh yeah. Never mind. I had that right. net.minecraft.util.icon is the one that we want. Fantastic. And actually, we're gonna create one more here. We're going to. There we go. Just fix up that code a little bit. We're going to create one more here, which is basically for our mod ID. So private final string. So making a variable a final basically says that you cannot change the value of this. It is set to what it is, and that's it. You cannot change it, which is perfectly fine in the case of the mod ID, because we do not want that to change for this file. So we cannot change it within this file. So we want to go redstone, capital S on stone, redstone main dot mod ID, and that's going to get our mod ID and bring it into our class. We got all that stuff. That's fantastic. So we got a few things to write here at the top. So we're going to put the tile entity near the top, and we're going to chuck this down below. So the first thing we're going to be putting in here is public void on block added. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but there's snowmobiles outside. So we want to give it parameters world. We're going to call that world int x, int y, int z, and those are it. Those are all the parameters that we need. So basically, what we're going to be doing in here is we have two lines of code. So first, we're just going to do our super for on block added world x, y, z, and basically we're going to be setting the direction. So we're going to go this dot set default dot set default direction, and we want to pass it world x, y, and z. There we go. Why isn't that one to show up? Because I think we have to create that. Yes, we got to create that function. So this is a function that we have right in our own code, which we're going to be creating right now. I should have saw that before I typed it, but oh well. All right, so we're going to create private void set default direction, and we want the parameters world int x, int y, and int z, same as the one above. So first thing we need to do is check if the world is remote. So so if it is not world.isRemote, I'll come back and I'll explain that line there, that is remote code later on. So we want to go int back is equal to world dot get block ID x, y, z. We want to go x, y, z, but on the z we're going to go minus we go -1. Okay, so that's going to give us the back side of it. We're going to copy this 4 times, or three more times. We want the front, and then we want left, and we want right. Okay, So the front is going to be basically the same thing except for +1 on the Z instead of -1 on the Z. And then these ones here, we are going to the X. For the left, we're going to -1. And on the X on the other, it's going to be +1. Okay. Now we need to create a byte. I'm just going to call it B0. I'm going to go 3. And all right, so now we got an if statement to do. I'm getting a little bit lost in my own code here, because it's been a while. I've had this sitting for a while. So opeg cube lookup, an array of 4,096 booleans corresponding to the result of the is opeg cube method for each block ID, blah blah. Okay, so we're gonna opeg cube lookup. We're gonna be put in left in square brackets, by the way, and block dot opeg cube lookup right. And so basically what we're doing right now is we're setting up our metadata for our texture. So we're setting the block, whatever block it is, block.opeg blah 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 blah. So yeah, so we're setting our block to use so that whichever way that we place it, the front is always facing us. So having this code in here is going to make sure that the metadata is correct. Since if we don't do this, then the left side is always going to be the left side. It could be the front, it could be the back, it could be whatever. Doing it this way is going to make sure that it is all correct and there's nothing, nothing wrong. And it's always going to display correctly. So we're going to copy that if statement 3 more times, and this time on the second one here we're going to put an exclamation mark at the beginning if it is not left, and I actually don't want that there. So the first one, let's just go over this again. The first one, block.opeg cube lookup left, and block dot cube opeg cube lookup right. Set it to 3, and we want to set the second one to 2. We want to set our B0 byte variable to that. And then for this next one, is going to be front. We're going to change left to front. And then we're going to have that like that. We're going to have the exclamation mark block. And this is going to be, so if it is the front and it is not the back, then we are going to set it to 5. And then the last one is if it is not equal to the front but is equal to the back, then we're going to set it to 4. Okay, so yeah, that's a basic thing. It's it's not too hard at all. All right, so we got one more line to type in here. We gotta go world dot set block metadata with notify. I completely fucked that up. Okay, set block metadata with notify, and we're just gonna go X, Y, Z, B0, and 2. Okay, I'm not sure what those all mean, but we could go into here and we could find out, and it should tell us. So this is blah 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 blah. So flag, set box for flag. So copy, find. Let's see if we can find this. So basically that last one is the flag. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm sorry to say. But something to do with with a flag for setting the metadata anyway. Yeah. All right, so we've done that. So we got it grabbing the right sides. Now what we need to do is we got another file here, another method here to add. If I can find it, we want to get icon. Okay, so we're gonna go right out here. We're gonna go public icon, get icon, and we're gonna give it int side and int meta data, and there we go. Now we have to have a return statement, so we're going to return it. Now pay attention to this very closely. I'm going to try and explain this to the best of my ability. So what we're doing right now is we're doing another one of those if statements that's kind of within a return statement. It's fine though. So we return metadata. So if metadata is equal to 0 and side is equal to 3, then, which is what the question mark is for, then this dot furnace icon front. So that's it. Okay. So we're basically saying metadata is equal to so it's basically saying if metadata data is equal to 0 and the side is equal to 3, which has to be a double equal, right? And side is equal, and the side is equal to the third side, which is this one right here. It's not quite right, but we'll leave it for now. We'll see how it goes. So basically we're getting the side, and then if it's the right side, then yeah. Okay, yeah. So this here, basically saying, so if it's left and right, then that will be the front. If it is not left and it was right, then it's the side. I think that's then it's a side. This one here, if it's the front, not the back, then 5, which is, I forget which one 5 is. Anyway, this works. I got it working. Don't worry. It's metadata is a really semi-complicated thing to learn. So now we're gonna be doing putting a colon is kind of like an else if kind of thing. So else if side is equal to 1, then this dot furnace icon top. Okay. And then within that parenthesis, we're going to put another colon with another set of parentheses. And we're going to go if side is equal to 0, then this dot furnace icon top. Okay, come on. Okay, so don't have anything to do there. Then L side is not equal to metadata. Then this dot block icon. Then this dot furnace front. Okay. It's a complicated line. I don't blame you if it's confusing. It's still confusing to me a little bit with that line, but rest assured that this line is going to do that, and I'll probably have either a video or a little section added into this video explaining this 100% how this is working and what it's doing. Okay? So now all we got to do is do our now, I've said in the past few videos that when we're doing when we set icons, we can use set name or set texture name. For this, we're not going to do that. We are going to. So I'm just going to put some comments, decide which side gets which texture. Okay. All right. We're making it through. We're making it through. So now we want to set all textures. So this is our normal at side only. Side only. Side. Where am I looking here? Side dot client. Here we go. I'm not having troubles typing today. I don't know why. So now we want to go public void. We know this. Register icon. Register icons. Icon register. We're just going to call it reg. Make it simple. Import anything that isn't imported with Control Shift O. Eyes a little itchy, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to itch that yet. But oh well. Okay. Moving on. So first we're going to set the basic block icon, which is this dot block icon is equal to reg dot register icon. Now this is where the mod ID comes in, so we can go mod ID plus, and then our that's no fun, plus, and then our double quotes colon custom furnace. Actually, no, we don't want to go. We want to go redstone furnace side. Okay. So it's going to handle. So initially, if we launch the game right now, it is automatically going to put the side on every side of the side texture on every side of our furnace, but we don't want to do that. We need to set some other icons. So we need to go this dot furnace icon front is equal to reg dot register icon, again mod ID plus redstone oh yeah, this is a little bit active front redstone furnace. Oh my god. Winter. Alright, so this is a little bit different. So delete that. It didn't look close enough. So for the front, we need to choose between the active and the idle texture. So to do this, we're going to type in reg dot register icons, that normal stuff. Thank you, YouTube. That is absolutely fucking fantastic. So we're going to go this dot active. This dot is active. Where am I looking here? So blah 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 blah. So if it is active, then we're going to go mod ID plus. Actually, I'm going to encapsulate this just to make sure that it's all good. So put another one on there. There we go. So mod ID plus colon active redstone active front redstone front redstone furnace, and then outside of that set a colon. Can I do that, or is it gonna complain to me? Yeah, it's going to complain. Okay, so we'll get rid of that encapsulation. That's fine. And then, so put that at the end. There. Okay, there. So if it's not equal to active, then we want it to be mod ID plus, and then our double quotes, colon, idle front redstone furnace. Okay, so I actually got one more to do. We gotta do the top. So this dot furnace icon top is equal to reg dot register icon, and it's mod ID plus shit. God damn it. Okay. Mod ID plus double quotes and colon and we're gonna go redstone furnace top. Okay, so I'm a little bit not on the ball today. So what's wrong with this? Change visibility to public. There we go. So that was an issue. So now we should be able to launch the game. Block should be there with all the textures, and we should be able to place it, and it basically should place correctly no matter which way we place it, which we will see right now if it actually works that way. So we're going to create a new world, creative, and test this out. And then that'll be it for this tutorial. Setting up the block is enough work. All right. Oh, joyful. Holy what the cows. Okay, I need to turn down my volumes here. Sound and stuff. Okay, so I'm not good. I have creative. Okay, good. Okay. So we want to go into our red tab. We should be seeing, okay, so it's not getting all of our sides, but we can still test this to make sure it's working. Just an error with the texture. So it's always placing it that way. So we'll have to fix that. So no matter which way we place it, it's going to be facing forwards, which is what we don't want. Okay, where are these freaking cows? Okay, let's go back. Let's take a look at our code and see where we're going wrong here. That's still too loud, so I'm just going to turn it completely off. There we go. All right, so let's check our code and see what we are doing wrong. All right, guys, so we're not quite done yet for today. So right underneath our tile entity, we're going to be creating another function here, or another method. So we're going to go public void on block placed by. We got fair few variables. We got world, int x, int y, int z, entity, living base, entity, item stack, and that's all for those. Now here's I'm gonna explain this just because I thought of it, this override a little bit more. I do not want that there. Okay, there we go. Living base, import everything. Good, everything should be working good. Good. Okay, so I'm going to explain this add override thing. So we don't necessarily need this on anything in our code, but basically what this helps with, so let's say I change this to like that, for example. Or let's change it to something else like world obj, I think is something. Actually, let's just change it to an int. Sure, I'll make it easy. So it may be correct here, but as soon as we add the at override, it's going to basically complain because it's going to say that, oh, you haven't created this this method yet with these parameters, which is basically going to tell you if you got the parameters right or not for the function that you're trying to work with, that is within our block container in this case. So you say, oh, that's wrong. Oh, yeah, that's right. How am I being so stupid? That should be world, not int. Now it's going to be fine. You can get rid of it or keep it, whichever you like. All right, so we're going to go int L, just lowercase l, is equal to math helper dot floor underscore double. That's what we want. We're going to cast double. So you need to cast, you need to put double inside of parentheses. And then we want another set of them. I'm going to go entity dot rotation yaw. Okay. Times 4.0 float divided by 360.0 float. And then outside of that parenthesis, we're going to go plus 0.5D. And 3. Okay, so this code is basically also going to help with the actual rotation of finding the rotation that we that we're in setting, and help set our get the right placement for our block as well. Okay, so I know I said that earlier, but this is also part of it, as I forgot. So if L is equal to 0, then we are going to go world dot set block metadata with notify X, not Z. God dang it. Shit, no, I don't want it. Ah, great. Okay. Well, X, Y, Z, 2 and 2. Okay, again, that's that flag thing and the side. So we're going to go to side 2 with a flag of 2. Now we can basically copy this. How many times? 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. And we want 0, 1, 2, and 3 for L is equal to. And so it's all the same code except for we're changing our side, which is the second last parameter. We're going to go, instead of 2, it's going to be 5, 3 for the next one, and 4 for this one. And so I'm not going to write that line at the moment. It should work fine now. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing it. So I'm just going to turn down sound. Don't need a lot of sound. Okay, there we go. Yeah, well, let's go to the same world. Yes, mismatched IDs. Something I need to fix when we restart if you're having that problem. So those will all be the same. So blah. There we go. Look at that. Look at that bastard. Look at that. We did it. So if you got this far, your textures might be working. We can check to see why they aren't working. It's probably because unable to load textures from Redstone tutorial. Blocks redstone furnace side and register. Why did I put in register for what? Man, you guys probably saw that and you're like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Fucking retard. Okay, there we go. So let's check to make sure our textures are there, so we can go into our go to the top here, assets dot blocks. We can find redstone furnace side, redstone furnace top. Okay. Fern. I spelled furnace wrong. That's why it's not working there. And find there. So now it should all be working. Except for maybe the back. The back might still be screwed up, but that's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. Would you look at that? Our furnace is working with all sides. So we can place, like I already did, and it's going to place it whichever way we're looking. And even if we're on top, whichever direction that we're facing is the way it's going to place it. And then we can turn this way and place one that way. So this is absolutely fantastic, you know. Oh shit. There we go. We got one on each side. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's very just getting back into doing this tutorial stuff. It's been very tough. I'm going on 4 hours sleep as well, so I'm not at the top of my game, but I really wanted to get this started so you guys can start understanding this GUI stuff, and guys might be able to figure out the rest of the code for the custom chest before I even get there. But I am going to be redoing it, so that's why I deleted all the code. Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. And actually, I think we did something else wrong here as well. We did. One thing we forgot to change here. We want front and back, not left and right. There we go. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video, which is going to be doing tile entity stuff. And then we're going to do another episode doing the GUI stuff. And then one more episode just to do some wrap up and things like that. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. You should see those over the coming week or so arrive in your sub boxes, so make sure that you're looking out for those. And enjoy your day, your week, your weekend, whenever the hell you're watching this. And make sure that make your mods awesome. Send them to me if you wish, and I will spotlight them on my channel if you want to help you guys out, get your mods known a lot more. Yeah, so stay solid.